With another day of selling in the crypto markets, it's not all bad news. I've got a chart you have to see. This is about a macro view of what's going on in the market, and for me, makes me even more bullish of where this is going to go. And a very big announcement coming out of Tether, one that might even surprise many. This is a good news story, and in fact, is a definite sign markets are about to rally even higher. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to make sure your portfolio is dialed in this bull market, guess what? I've got it all for you in this video. So go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget, come and join our Discord. It is up and running. It is free to join. All the latest news, crypto reviews, charts, plays, all the rest of it. It's coming. So get yourself in there ASAP. With that being said, let's get into this video. So some might say it's a shock. Some might say, well, this was always on the cards. But Hines, if you remember, he was the former top crypto official at the White House under the Trump administration, has now joined Tether. In a press release shared with Crypto Potato, Tether, the company behind the largest stablecoin per market capitalization, USDT, announced that it has designated the former executive director of the White House Crypto Council under President Trump as its new advisor. Now, again, this was about a month ago. Hines stepped down, and now he is on his way to Tether. No surprise, given what's happening with stablecoins. And in fact, when you look at why the market sold off today, lots of nervousness about Friday. I've got a full video coming out. Do not miss that. It's pretty big, and you definitely need to hear about it if you're invested in crypto. But USDT has kind of been lagging behind the markets. They need to refocus their strategic moves, particularly in places like Europe. Well, guess what? Hines is on his way to do it. And these are going to be critical as the market expands. We know stablecoins are going to play a big narrative, and no surprise there, Hines heading over to stablecoin provider USDT. Very interesting indeed. Now, that's not all when we talk about the White House. Eric Trump is speaking at Bitcoin Asia 2025. Remember, Eric Trump famously told us to buy the dip, and then Ethereum dipped. He then told us to buy the dip again. Ethereum did pump, but unfortunately it's dipped again. So hopefully he doesn't tell us to buy anything. But Eric Trump, co-founder of American Bitcoin, is slated to speak at the Bitcoin Asia conference on August 29th. This could be an important narrative. This could align to maybe some Trump announcements, maybe some more views of what the US is going to do. Hell, even a strategic reserve. Who the heck knows at the minute? Could be pretty interesting indeed. But with all of that being said, and those two big headlines, I want to show you a chart that I think is super important, and you have to see it. And here it is. Now, many people are freaking out in the markets. I talked about this yesterday, and actually we've seen even more selling. Here's the good news though, that people are selling right now are exactly those that we thought, those short-term holders that either bought the all-time high, they bought the excitement. Remember, Bitcoin rallied aggressively over the last 3 or 4 days before the market then has taken a 6-day dump. Holders are now selling at a loss for the first time since January, signaling a reset or weakening momentum. My view, it is an average bull market cycle, the first time we really see retail coming into the market. And guess what? Most of them got wrecked. They bought the hype and now unfortunately are selling to get out of it. But that's not all. The view would then be, if you play out 2021, 2017 general bull market strategies, the reality here is that we could be about to see a big move. In fact, Merlin the trader here giving us a view on the golden line and the fact that we can go back in previous cycles to understand where we get to. 3 tests, 3 violent reversals. And you could argue on Bitcoin, Ethereum's the same. History though always shows the biggest moves always start here. This is the final bear trap. Miss it and you miss the cycle. And this could be exactly what people are talking about. You can see here the old famous that everyone talks about. Where are we on the cycle? Well, fingers crossed he gets it right, and this could be the start of the big move, which would align to a 2025 market cycle top coming end of October. Maybe you allow yourself to go into November. Could all align pretty interestingly if you ask me. Now, what's also important, by the way, is the Federal Reserve coming out ahead of Jerome Powell speaking on Friday and saying that actually Michelle Bowman warns banks risk irrelevance if blockchain bypasses them. I.e., we know Jerome Powell's come out and said, hey, banks can absolutely custody crypto. They should in fact be on it. And Michelle Bowman absolutely acknowledging that crypto firms experiencing debanking due to regulatory uncertainty is not a bad thing. Is a bad thing. Wyoming Blockchain Symposium, August 19th. Bowman also announced a fundamental shift in the Fed's approach to blockchain innovation. And in fact, she said this, quote, your industry has already experienced significant friction with banking regulations applying unclear standards, conflicting guidance, and inconsistent regulatory interpretations should absolutely allow a overly cautious mindset to be a thing of the past. And here's where you kind of break the narrative down. You could look at the macro and say, well, Bitcoin's down to 113.5. Everyone's freaking out. Short-term holders are selling. We actually saw outflows from ETFs, and this will be the third day in a row. Or you can kind of look at the macro and say, okay, well, we have a very bullish Fed when it comes to blockchain, not particularly interest rates, but blockchain. You've also got an SEC chair that is praising the latest act on the Genius Act. You also have a former White House advisor going over to the biggest stablecoin issuer. And then you've got tokenized treasuries, Ondo Finance, and everything else we talked about yesterday. And you kind of go, well, do you know what? The best of the market has to be in front of us. If all we can manage is 123.5K on Bitcoin, Ethereum not getting to all-time highs, and altcoins smashed to pieces, well, do you know what? This bull market cycle is not for me. And given all of the institutional investment, the movement on regulatory clarity, the Trump administration being pro-crypto, it's hard to believe this is the absolute best. And this is why I think the market is going way higher. And when you look at lots of charts, you understand what's going on, you kind of get into the same sort of place. And when you even look at short-term holders selling, it's pretty much exactly what happens every single bull market cycle. So the only debate is, when does the bull market cycle finish? Is it 2025? Could we see the first time ever a 5-year cycle? Could this be the 2020 to its 2021 market cycle top? You are going to have to decide, make your own decisions. But as always, we'll be here to guide you and make sure that you are dialed into what's going on with the latest charts, news, reviews, and everything else. All you have to do, hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and as always, do share the video, drop a comment down below, and let me know what you think of all of this. We're bringing you daily content here as this market starts to give people opportunities that won't last forever. As always, thanks so much, everybody. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.